Hey y'all, it's Heel Heat time.
Hi everybody and welcome to Heel Heat. My name is George Coles, and on this episode, we're going to review NXT TakeOver New York. Now, this is the kickoff for WrestleMania weekend. Usually it's the best show of the weekend. Let's get right into it, see how we feel. Now, we grade everything on a 1 to 5 scale, 1 being the worst, 5 being the best. So let's jump right in with the first match of the night. For the NXT Tag Team Championship, we have the War Raiders, Rowe and Hanson, versus Ricochet and Aleister Black. I can't say how much I enjoyed this match. I think probably my favorite match of the night. They came out strong. They always seem to come out strong with a tag team match to start the show, which I love. I'm a big fan of tag team wrestling. I think this was a great way to start. Fantastic match. War Raiders, Ricochet, and Aleister Black all pulling out moves that we wouldn't expect from them. Ricochet showing off his strength. War Raiders showing off their agility. Not that we didn't know they weren't agile or that Ricochet wasn't strong. I really enjoyed this match. War Raiders picked up a hard-fought win. I'm going to give this match a 5 out of 5. I thought it was amazing. Like I said, probably my favorite match of the night, and it was a hard decision for that, but I think it was my favorite match. Now, next up, we have for the NXT Northern American Championship, Velveteen Dream versus Matt Riddle. I thought this was a very good match. I enjoyed this a lot. Matt Riddle is someone who I'm a real big fan of. I think he has a huge future in front of him. Velveteen Dream as well. Velveteen Dream doesn't seem to do anything but get better, so the sky is really the limit for him. I thought they put on a really good match here. I think it was hampered a bit by the 2 matches it was in between, but that being said, this match was fantastic. It was probably as good or better than anything we're going to see on WrestleMania night. And I really enjoyed this one again. Velveteen Dream retains. I'm going to give this match a 4. Like I said, I thought it was a very good match. It's just the bar is set so high with these NXT matches that it's hard to really blow it out of the water when we know what to expect from these shows. And as we've seen with the beginning match, it started off that way. And this, like I said, I'm not trying to knock this match. This is a very good match. On most wrestling nights, this would be the best match of the night. Unfortunately, on this night, it's probably the 4th or 5th best match of the night, which is crazy to think about how good the NXT shows are written and how good they're put together and how good they're worked and how much effort goes into all of that. Now, next up, we see the famous NXT hot free agent signing, and we get Kushida. I don't know. I'm torn on this. I'm a fan of Kushida. I think he's a great wrestler. But seeing what they've done with Kenta and Asuka and Shinsuke Nakamura doesn't give me hope that they're going to do anything great with Kenta. I hope they prove me wrong. I really do. I'd love to see Kenta have a prominent role in the WWE. Fingers crossed they do something special with him, because I do think he's one of them talents that's a real special talent, like a generational junior heavyweight, and hopefully they do something good with him. Now, next up, we have for the NXT UK Championship, Pete Dunne versus Walter. This match was brutal. This match almost was my favorite match of the night, and it's probably my second favorite match of the night. I enjoyed this. They were stiff as hell with each other. They beat the crap out of each other. They were vicious. Dunne seemed to focus his attack on trying to break all of Walter's fingers. Walter focused his attack on just beating Dunne to a bloody pulp. It was violent. It was brutal. It is what we want to see from a wrestling match. This is wrestling kind of how it used to be, how you'd expect it to be. This would be something that you could take this and put this in front of Luthez and Buddy Rogers and Dory Funk Jr. and Harley Race, and this is the kind of match that they would have. And I'm not saying that it feels out of place in 2019, because it really doesn't. This goes to show you that you could still have a great wrestling match, a great hard-hitting, violent wrestling match, and it go over well with the fans in 2019. And I love that about the NXT UK show. The style's a little bit different, and it's a little bit more towards this style. And I love this style of wrestling, and I thought this was an amazing match. Walter picks up the win, surprisingly ending Pete Dunne's almost 700-day reign as champion. What a fantastic match. I give the match a 5 again. I thought it was top-notch. Again, much like I said with the match before, if that tag match wasn't on this card, this match would be the best match on most cards you'll see. Next up, we have the Women's NXT Championship in a Fatal 4-Way. Shayna Baszler defending against Io Shirai, Bianca Belair, and Kairi Sane. This is kind of interesting because a couple weeks ago, I went to an NXT show in Orlando, and this was the main event there, so it kind of felt like, and I seen a lot of the spots they did in this match, they did at that show, so it kind of felt like they were working out their spots at that show, and it was a very similar match. Not that that's a bad thing, because both matches were very good. Matter of fact, seeing it live, it was fantastic. This match here, I thought was really good as well. You had a lot of things. There were some differences. There were enough differences for the fans that probably seen this going around the horn to get something out of it other than it just being a retread of something they've seen at their local armory or gymnasium. And I thought it was a good, solid match. I kind of thought that this was a time to kind of take the belt off of Shayna Baszler, but they decided not to. She picked up the win here. I thought this was a really good match. Again, I'm going to give this match a 4. I thought this was solid. Again, a really, really top-notch, top-tier match. I'd be hard-pressed to have any of the women's matches on WrestleMania, and I keep going back to that. I'd be hard-pressed to have one of those matches be as good as this match is. Now, last but not least, for the vacant NXT Championship, in a 2 out of 3 fall match, Johnny Gargano versus Adam Cole. Baby! You have to do it. I mean, you can't say Adam Cole without saying, baby! It's just the way it is, folks. I'm torn with this match because going into this, I kind of felt like I don't know where you take either character who loses this match. I don't think Gargano could have suffered this loss again, another setback on his way to the championship. And the same with Adam Cole. I don't think Adam Cole could have suffered another loss. No matter how competitive the loss is, I kind of went into it feeling like it was going to hurt either guy losing this match. And so to me, I had that feeling going in, and maybe this is a sign of guys that are going to be called up on Monday or Tuesday, but who knows. The first fall goes to Adam Cole. Pretty much how most 2 out of 3 fall matches are. The heel usually wins the first match. Gargano picks up the win in the second match with the Gargano escape, which Adam Cole taps out immediately, basically so he doesn't have himself injured for the third fall. The third fall, Johnny Wrestling turns into Johnny Terminator. I mean, Adam Cole threw everything at him but the kitchen sink. He hit him with a Canadian Destroyer from the top. He hit him with multiple Shining Wizards. That's the end, which is, or whatever he calls a Shining Wizard to the back of the head, escapes me right now. He hit him with a straightjacket suplex. He hit him with a ton of moves. He even had the Undisputed Era come out and interrupt and interfere in the match. And no matter what he did, he couldn't keep Johnny down. And that's kind of Johnny's MO, that you can't You can beat him up, but you can't knock him down and keep him down forever. He's pretty much the Rocky of pro wrestling. No matter how much he gets knocked down, he keeps coming up, and he keeps getting back up, and he keeps fighting. And ultimately, Gargano picks up the win over Adam Cole here. Like I said, I don't know what it's going to do for Adam Cole's career. Maybe it's time that him and the Undisputed Era show up on one of the main shows. I kind of felt like this was a no-win situation. One of these two guys were going to win, and one of them was going to look bad because of it. And I don't want to say that Adam Cole had a terrible match, because I thought this match was fantastic. I gave it a 5. It's my third favorite match of the night, and there's 3 5s on this show. So it's not that I found the match to be boring or bad. I just felt like they booked themselves in a way that I didn't feel either guy needed to lose here, if you understand what I'm saying. And it was I liked it. I liked what happened. I liked after the match we had Candice LeRae come out celebrating with her husband, as we would expect. They go up the ramp, and I was waiting for it. I kind of felt that they were going to do it. I didn't know if they actually would, and I didn't know how healed up Tommaso Ciampa would be, but they did it. He came out, and he congratulated Johnny. He hugged Candice and Johnny. We go off the air with DIY, Candice LeRae, all in embracing at the top of the ramp with Johnny Gargano as the new NXT champion. A fantastic way to end the show. That's the feel-good moment. That's what they like to do. That's what we're going to get at WrestleMania. We're going to get those moments. And NXT seems to provide them as well. I thought this was a fantastic NXT. As all takeovers are, they always knock it out of the box. Thought the show was great. Like I said, 3 of the matches I thought were 5s, 2 I thought were 4s, and probably I could be argued into turning them into 5s as well. To me, the tag match was the best match. Dunne and Walter was the second best. Gargano and Cole was third. The 4-way was 4th, and Dream and Riddle was 5th. That's how I would go with it. But with all that being said, I give the show itself overall a 5. I thought it was fantastic from beginning to end. It kept you interested. It kept you enthralled. This is the way I want to see a wrestling show. I keep saying this. NXT puts wrestling to where the fans would enjoy it. And as a super fan, as I consider myself a super fan of wrestling, this is what I want to see in a wrestling show. Hard-hitting, high-flying, drama, storylines. Everything you want is there. I wish they could somehow translate this to the main roster and get this into the people that make decisions on the higher level, that this is the kind of show that people want to see. And hopefully one day they will. Maybe, I don't know. It's up to them. But anyway, without me rambling on a diatribe for 10 minutes, basically that's all I have to say on this one. Like I said, I give the show a 5. My name is George Coles, and this has been my review of NXT TakeOver New York.